you're welcome back, and you're still on to Sunday Watch. Sunday Watch is a program that comes your way in both Yoruba and English languages for your viewing pleasure. It is a program that revolves around the family and also current issues. The clock started ticking when in 1914 an amalgamation of the Northern and Southern Protectorates was signed by Lord Frederick Lugard to birth the country Nigeria. Afterwards, several political and geographical reforms were made at various times by the colonial masters, political and military leaders who shaped the nation's political landscape. Though tribes' tongues differ, the people, in spite of their cultural and geographical differences, live and abide together, of course, not devoid of politicking. The gladiators who lead by election every 4 years. At the center of this election are the electorate who decide who their leader will be as far as Nigeria is concerned for the next 4 years. In a couple of weeks, in a couple of days now, precisely 13 days away from now, Nigerians will be going to the polls to choose from the presidential to the national houses of assembly election will hold. And the question we are asking this morning is, do parents have any obligations to carry out when it comes to election violence, either before, during, or after those elections? I have the pleasure of welcoming our guest, Mr. Temilade Oladele, who is a counselor and family coach. Mr. Temilade Oladele Emmanuel is a marriage administrator, counselor, and family coach. He is the President Institute of Marriage Administrators and Counselors in Nigeria. He happened to be a former registrar of marriages, Federal Marriage Registry, Benin City, Edo State, and a retired civil servant. Presently, consultant, Flourish International Marriage Consultant. You're most welcome, sir, Mr. Oladele. It's a pleasure.
God bless you.
Amen, sir. Thank you for finding time to be here on the show.
I'm available for you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, let's start this way. We are looking at parental obligations in ensuring violence-free election. Do parents have any role to play when it comes to mitigating the prevalence of violence before, during, or after elections?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. Parents have critical role in a time like this because it's a special time all over the world. Anytime election is to be conducted, it's always a special time where the unthinkable at times happen.
The unimaginable.
At times we see situations that could be very, very lovely, and we also see unprintable situations whereby people will begin to imagine are these people carrying out this thing from a particular family or from a particular home. And that's why the role of parents is very, very critical. It's not even during election. If parents are failed to carry out their obligations, their duty concerning the children before election, during election, then we'll see it play out. So, parents, but before we even go too far, who is a parent? A parent is either a person that gives birth or that raises a child. And this parent could be taking care of children, maybe as biological parents, or parents that have adopted children, foster children, or that have surrogate children, or they are caregivers. That is, they take care of their guardians. And parents are to be model to these children. And in a period like this, like I said, election time is a special time. It is the duty of the parent to now tell the children, look, election will come and it will go. Life should continue. Don't allow election process or election time to summarize your destiny.
To summarize
Your destiny. Just you bring the children together. Look, you know the way I live my life. When you go out there, please represent this family very well.
A good ambassador.
But the issue is that with this kind of Western hegemony now, whereby we are now imbibing by foreign culture, when we have left out our own culture that are so rich, so, so educative and so germane. Now we have left out our culture, and because of this kind of Western hegemony, we now have unparented parents. People who are not even under the care of the parents, or who refuse to stay under the care of the parents, and they got their voluntary freedom. Now, they are now becoming parents. So how do they now parent children? I saw one on the online about a few days ago. I said, how I wish God can let me be God. That I don't need to wait as she was going, I just give her a weapon. I mean, how do you, I said unprintable behavior, how do you imagine this woman, not a man, not a woman alone. In fact, there are two of them anyway that I will showcase now. A woman holding a child of less than 4 years, let me put it that way. She wore a coat, like a suit. Now a jeans. Then this side of the jeans now cut it, and remaining the inner underwear. I was holding a child going out. What do we expect such a person will produce in the life of that child? Now, or what of a man? A child of less than 4 years, I don't know the offense that child will have committed, begin to flog that child, profusely.
Anger, aggression.
You are now expressing violence against a child of less than 4 years.
Can you imagine?
And you are already creating a kind of mentality in that child. When that child grows up, she will believe that is the way of life.
Yeah.
But come to our time of the time we are now. Please, parents out there, we cannot leave the election to the issue of going to do election alone. Call your children together at home. Come. Yorùbá ní pé ẹni tí ò bá lẹ́ni tó máa wà kò kí ń sọnù.
Go to son.
Abi? Now, you know me, I don't make trouble, I don't do this. Please, when you go out there, don't make trouble. And it is not even enough to just tell them, monitor them. Then when they are discussing with their friends, don't sorrow, try to understudy the kind of tone they are using, the kind of response your own child is exhibiting within them.
Yeah.
So when those ones are going, oh yeah, what? I am hearing your this thing. Then we have to let the children know that the society is not totally poor. Totally bad. There are good things there. Yeah. And during election, it's a competitive game. It is a game of who wins rules. At the moment, two people they are in a competition, they will make all efforts to ensure that they win. Now, whatever you hear them saying, don't conclude in your mind that that is the way life will be. Don't let it aggravate your emotion in a way that you now go and overreact, because at the end of the election, these people can still come to become friends. If you have damaged yourself or you have put yourself into an unpalatable situation, then who knows whether you have even done that. The person you are killing yourself for does not even know whether such thing like that happen.
At all.
So it is now the duty of the parent to let the children know that the society is good, but in a relation like this, we can be hearing different kind of stories. Just maintain integrity, diligence, and be responsible child. A responsible child does not go out to cause trouble. A responsible child will not be part of those who say we want to make a quill and go. So, but a parent will be able to deliver this When that parent is a role model, what do you exhibit as a parent? What have the children learned from
From
you?
you.
I, in a community where I am, I was sharing with some other community members. I said, I pity a particular fellow. If this guy is having issue with maybe a neighbor, all the children,
Yeah.
they will not greet the other neighbor.
Yes, I will take you.
Now, I now asked a question one day. I said, what are you producing? I said, you are becoming a ridicule to human. You are becoming a disgrace. Now, these children will believe that is a way of life. Not knowing that it is your own ego, your own pride, your own ineptitude that you are exhibiting. But by the time the children will now realize that what their parent or their father or their mother have taught them is not the way of life, it might have gone out of hands.
Yeah.
And a lot of innocent people might have been caught in the way. I mean, might have brought into it.
Yes.
For example, like I say, a lot of innocent people look at that kind of a child. If he goes, he grows up, he goes ahead to marry
He
from
or
a
she
particular
already have a
family.
mentality about
That
how
is
to
the
live.
same way he would think family is to
Others.
be
Run.
administered, and it will continue to generate like that, except the divine intervention. Like I was saying, maybe when I came in, that we need God's mercy.
Yeah.
We need God's
Actually,
Yeah.
it is only the mercy of God that can sustain us in a time like this. And that parents, when you are talking, either educating, monitoring, supervising, or controlling your children, let them know that God is the ultimate.
Yeah.
Anything they do and God cannot be glorified there, let these children stay away from them. And they should let them know that, do you know that you can be president tomorrow? If you allow the election of today to kill you, how do you become president tomorrow? So
In
think
order,
of the future.
exactly, think of the future.
Of the future.
In order for that not to happen, we have people who at different times go into different things, especially now. Now we have election ahead of us. We still have youth who, in spite of proper moral upbringing, they still get themselves engaged in, we've heard reports of skirmishes of violence here and there. They are youth that are caught in that way. What should the parents and also the electorate, because the electorate, as we see it, as we know, are of age 18 years and above. That's the electorate gap here in Nigeria. What, in your own opinion, your own expertise, opinion, should parents do, and also the electorate, in ensuring that they are not caught in any form of violence?
Well, parents, our caption majorly today now is about parents.
Yeah.
I think I've mentioned, call your children in,
Educate them, yes.
educate
Yes,
them,
yes, yes.
monitor them. Then the electorate, where we have age group, age gap, the youth maybe age 18 up to and above, 25 like that, up to old age, people above 60, and on like that. But the younger one that seems to be more vulnerable to violence, parents need to do a lot of work. And that's why I'm appreciating Lagos State Agency for Domestic Violence. They have been exhibiting a lot of activities, to educate people to stand against violence and gender inequalities. If I have seen I think I've been involved where the cabinet deceased in Lagos State, traditional rulers have been invited, and they were being educated and to be more informed on their role. And I've also heard of a situation where they are called religious leaders, on their roles. So parents now, in fact, I'm also advocating that maybe we should have a conference of parents and government,
And you.
so that parents, you see, there
Will
is,
be better enlightened on their roles.
there are some things that are not going right because there is this gap between the government and the governance. What I mean is the government is actually trying, but what I mean is this. If we have a conference, maybe annual conference of government parents,
Parents.
interface or relationship, the moment you are a parent, it could be broken down to so that it could be well managed, maybe to local government level, whereby people will go and talk to parents. This is what we expect as your obligation as parents, to be able to take care of these children, which our future, and how they should know their civic responsibility. They should know what they should do at any given point in time, and they should know. In fact, parents should educate children about violence. What is violence? It is an intentional, infliction of harm, either to yourself or to another, against another person. Anything that will cause harm, anything that will cause physical damage in the life of someone else is a violence. So, and what does it bring? It does not bring peaceful coexistence. Because the person you are inflicting it, you also want to retaliate.
Of course.
It does not bring progress. It causes a lot of havoc in a society than even what you intentionally wanted to achieve ab initio. So, in a period like this, parents should call their children. If you know that you cannot but involve in issues that will cause problems, stay at home.
Thank you very much on that. Stay at home. But before I go to Oluwatoyin, I will call for a short break. Let's take this short break, and when we come back, you will hear her voice in Yoruba language. The break.